Welcome back to the channel. We've got a huge interview for you guys today. If you guys watched the Rob Font interview recently with me, that one meant a lot to me for a certain reason. That was my first ever event at UFC Nashville in 2023. Your boy Kyler Phillips right here, who's joining us today, was also on that card, who got a W on that card over a very, very good opponent, which the W is aged like wine, or great wine on there. He defeated Ronnie Barcelos by unanimous decision in 2023. Kyler, I just wanted to tell you, I appreciate you for joining us today, man. That was my first ever live event. So it's really cool to go from the nosebleeds to sitting here and, really talking to somebody I could probably call my friend now with how much we've been in communication. So I really appreciate your time today, brother.
Yeah, bro. Dude, that was a sick time. I like Nashville, man. Nashville really is cool, and like the rooftop bars and everything around there, music. Did you have a good time out there? Or?
Oh, dude, it's my favorite city. So yeah, me and Tyler were talking a little bit. It's Nashville's 2 hours from me, so that was my first ever event I went to. Obviously, you were on the card. At that point, still being talked at because you're still young in your career, but that was a great fight for you. You're a prospect at the time. That's a huge W, especially with what he's done recently. I mean, he's beat Cody Garbrandt. He also beat oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh my God, the hardcore fans are going to get on to me for this one. I'm thinking Payne Talbot. Payne Talbot, yes. Payne Talbot. So you got the W over him, though, bro. Unanimous decision. So I just wanted to bring that up and say, it's an honor to have you on here today and say that I can call you my friend now. That we went from the nosebleeds in 2023, absolute nobody, completely new to the sport, basically, and now we're doing this. So this is pretty cool, man. But Kyler, I know you've had a lot going on recently with your family, in a good way, though. In a good way. We got some good stuff going with the family. So I wanted to ask, how are you and your family currently doing?
Good, man. Just me, the baby, my girlfriend. So the baby, he's 3 months old now, and just spending a lot of time at home and at the gym and bringing him to the gym. He's super. I'm just so blessed to have him. My first kid. So yeah, man, it's the best thing ever being a dad.
That is so cool. I love to hear that. Some athletes I feel like out there, especially, at an age where you're at, because like I said, you're still young in your career, man. Like this isn't anywhere near from being the end of the road for you. Some athletes, they can't really balance that lifestyle of having the responsibility of, being a dad and competing at the level that you compete at in professional sports. But I love to hear that you're loving this. It's a new thing for you. I'm sure it's been an awesome motivation, and just having a son, to be around that you could take to a gym, and that this is really something you're fighting for now too, which I wanted to kind of get into that later on. But I'm so glad to hear that for you, and I'm glad that everything's going good. You got a healthy son, 3 months old
Yeah,
too.
yeah, no, it was good. I think the whole thing has been great. Like having him, and then I was like, all right, I got to get a fight because I'm having a kid, so I accept the fight, and I was like, okay, let's do this. Had the kid right before I started camp, and then I think just a lot of little things, little tiny injuries here and there, and then with him with the sleep, it's all just building blocks, things that I'm gonna have to getting stronger from and growing with it and growing with being in my house while I'm also balancing my relationship with my girlfriend, my relationship with my coaches, and with myself. So being able to like prioritize my time and also just like be a little bit tighter with everything. It's and then even just the outcome of the fight, everything. It's all just it's all get better, and keep. How do you get better at something? Is you practice. That's it. So like with the baby, practice. With the training, practice. With the fight, practice, train, drill, do it again, do it again, do it again, and that's the track I'm on right now. Is just practicing, doing it. Number of times until I just keep getting better at the whole thing.
That is so sick, man. I feel like that's such a powerful message right there too, because like I said, it is for you. I can't sit here and say that I relate to that because I don't know what it's like to be inside the UFC. I personally don't have a kid yet, but like that is so awesome to hear your perspective of that, of just being a student, of still learning everything and like trying to make everything better for you yourself, your family, your coaches, and all that. That is like so cool to hear that, bro. So I'm very happy for you, man.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
there's like so much emotion that goes behind emotion and ego that goes behind the whole fighting thing. As far as there's like you, and then there's like your avatar, like in the there's like me, and there's like Matrix, then there's like you, and then there's like your social, and then there's like the platform of like all the people and the fighting. But then at the gym, it's like the same thing, but it's just like not the crowd, not all these things, and so like you kind of just have to blend them together and be like, okay, this is me, and I just got to practice, 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 and not feed too much into like, you're gonna, the whole motivation, everything's got, you gotta want this. And it's like, no, it's like, it's not having some big thing like once, it's like about doing it and then doing it again. Okay, go back, do it again. The consistency of this and that over and over again, not putting too much emotion behind things, and then like, and then by the time all the people show up and everything, you're just doing what you already do so many times. And so like in life, everything is just practice. Like you get time, you get this
Absolutely.
life to just practice things and get better at it. That's all it is. Like people see a certain moment, it's 15 minutes. That 15 minutes compared to like your full life is just like so much different. So like you gotta like really
Absolutely.
optimize your time and like and look at it from a perspective like, okay, I'm not gonna feed into the bullshit. I'm not gonna feed into like, oh, I'm this, all the people, or how do you want, it's like you're feeding so much of your ego, and it's like, wait a second, okay, let me get better at the things that I need to get better at, defensively, offensively, when somebody's here, when somebody's there, not just like always fighting and striving to just get that one, you know, thing where it's like, you know what I mean? It's like
No, I get
when
what
you're
you
just
mean.
so involved, this like, yeah, and then you're like, oh baby, I gotta win this, or you got people are in your ears, you gotta do this and that, and it's like you gotta drop that. It's just you, and you're just gonna get better and you get better, and then the more you practice it and get better, then you're like, oh, okay, now I understand it a little more. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. And I'm excited about that because like I plan on fighting again before the end of the year, maybe November, and then again like, in like March, and I'm like
No,
that's the track I want to be on, not like fighting once a year or twice a year. Where I want to just I'm getting older and I'm like I'm excited.
that's awesome, bro. I love to hear that for you. And I appreciate that perspective so much because, at the end of the day, we might turn on our TVs and you're on ESPN and, that's just 15 minutes though, even out of one day. There's 24 hours in a day, 15 minutes in a day, 24 hours is just such a small thing. There's so many more things that goes into life. So I love to hear that perspective from you, brother. That's awesome the way you look at that. But I do want to kind of say now, Kyler, bring it back up to what we talked about at the top of the show. You did beat Barcelos at UFC Nashville. It was an awesome win. You got the unanimous decision. At that time in
It seemed
2023,
like so long ago.
I know, bro. It's been 2 years. Like a lot's changed even for me. Like I said, like I was in the bleeds, and now like we're homies now, bro. So like, I just want to ask you, if you go back 2 years ago, what did that mean, or what did that win mean to you at that time? Especially, like I said, with the track record he's had lately, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I was hungry and just yeah, it was a cool fight. I think the thing is like it's it's so competitive, like the fighting, especially at that level where it's like every one of these dudes, like you look at these fights that are close, unanimous, split decision, or people get knocked out or submitted, like in that 15 minutes, it's like it can go either way because these guys are so have a lot of skill and they are fighting for their life and their dreams and everything. So it's like you got to win those little tiny battles,
Mhm.
and sometimes that's with pressure, sometimes that's with skill, sometimes that's with just more effort, sometimes that's with being able to kind of like look back on things and make the right decision. But again, trial and error, and that's what makes this so exciting. Is like there's so many different cool matchups, especially in the bantamweight division.
That's what I
It's
was
like
gonna say.
so
Yep.
deep, so deep.
Yeah, the bantamweight division is definitely stacked. Not only whenever you step in the octagon, but whoever you're stepping in the octagon with, um, for the most part, I'd say is probably a well-respected person across the MMA community. The division's stacked right now. I think you're starting to see a lot of divisions, in the UFC. They're starting to get popularity. And if you're getting anybody, even, outside the top 15, like there's still like, it's competitive, bro. And it's exciting.
Yeah, and
Especially,
then you even look at people. People kind of like bash on certain things, boxing this or fights that are hugging each other and stuff like that. But it's like, bro, you even look outside the UFC, like people that are trying to get in. You look at the Contender Series, people that are, 5, 6, 7, 10 and 0, that are trying to get in there, and the level of talent that's there. And so it's like cool to like think back, like, damn, to see where I'm at right now for the past 5 years, like it is there, it's at that level, and it's getting so much more popular and competitive.
absolutely. And that kind of goes into my next question I want to talk about, Kyler, because obviously your last two opponents just fall into the exact same category I just said, and kind of what you were just speaking on too, of how stacked the bantamweight division is. Is there anything that in particular like stands out with you? Because you stepped in there with Rob Font last year, and then you stepped in with Oliveira at 318 in New Orleans. So is there one lesson that you would take from either of those two fights that's kind of helped you grow your game a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of lessons I learned from both of those fights. Mostly, honestly, like outside of fighting too, just like being here with my family and stuff. But I think there's just, I mean, definitely there's things that you can look back on, like, okay, this is, and you got to use those things to continue to grind and get better. But again, that's like one fight. That's this, and it could be. The thing is, like, you could win that fight or you can lose those fights where like you know what I'm saying. You win or lose, and people are like, oh, they're gonna tell you. People are gonna be there sitting telling you, oh, I don't know, you need to do this. You should have done this. You should have done that. Or say you knock that person out, or you want a split decision, and then they're all, oh, like either way, fuck them. It's just like you have to continue to get better every day, and like I'm around people that are trying to just get better and just continuing to work, just work, and the more you work, the more you figure it out, and that's kind of like what I've learned is like, okay, in the past I've had certain style, um, you
Yep,
know, footwork, my angles, this, and that, but the game's evolving, and I gotta evolve too with it. It's like you just gotta keep getting better, and so like I think it's just opportunity for me. I'm not going nowhere except up, but I gotta put in the work and I gotta do the right things that it's gonna take.
for sure. And I want to take something you just said too. It's like you said that you're constantly around, not only within yourself, but you're around people that just want to keep getting better. It's really not, at the end of the day, maybe it does matter to the public eye if you win or lose, but at the end of the day, like you are around and you surrounded yourself with people that just want to get better. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Like that's if you win a fight and you don't train and you're not putting in the work like you were last camp, then you're not really getting better. Like you already lost, just not in front of everybody and on a judge's scorecard maybe or something like that, right? But that leads me right into my next question I wanted to ask you, Kyler. You're at MMA Lab, one of the most popular gyms in the world, I'd say. Definitely one of the best in America, if not the best. You got guys there like O'Malley, Cannonier, Mario, Dakar Close, Mackenzie Dern, Trayshawn Gore, my guy. Also, we talked a little bit about Trayshawn off camera. So I just wanted to ask, what does it mean being at MMA Lab for you in your career, and what's like the wildest sparring session story that you have from the MMA Lab?
You know, the lab, like when I went there, I started going there. Me, Mario was there, Sean, OG, not OG to like in general, but OG to like us. Like we were like 18, 19 years old. Like there's a
Crazy.
picture of me, Mario, and Sean, and at the lab we were like literally like 19, 20 years old, like all three of us, and like so we've been literally just. It's cool to just see people grow, and to watch, Marcus and the guy just growing together.
Oh my God, I forgot Marcus. So I'm so sorry, Marcus. I left him out. I'm glad you brought him up.
No,
Thank
there's more. It's just like the thing is like all these guys, like seeing, and the coaches and everybody, the fact that everybody's like willing to like just put in the work and grow together, and then like watch people win together, and also be, you know, on the downs, watch people losing together. Like it's cool. It's just like life is being there together, and then seeing other people's success. It's like, yeah, dude, it's cool seeing like Sean Mario's success, like Marcus just fight Peter Young, like all
Yep.
the guys of everything. Like it's cool to see that because like they want that with you as well. Like it's just, and then it inspires something in you. Okay, you see what they're doing this, and then gives you insight of, okay, what can I do? How do I be more like that? So everybody grows together, um, and you even look back too. You train. I feel great every time. You know, I get just good energy after sparring and trainings, and I come home. It's like you just feel it inside you. Like you kind of think back on all the just the vibes in there, and like
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
That's sick. Do you have like a special, since you guys have been there for so long? I mean, you guys
Story.
have,
Yeah.
do you have a crazy sparring story that you can actually publicly talk about? Because I'm sure there's stuff that you probably can't talk about, but is there anything that comes to mind with
No,
your?
I mean it's America, bro. But no, like I've seen, there's been people that's got knocked out. There's been a lot of fights sometimes where people like get heated, but that shit happens. That's like at every
Yeah,
gym, you know, especially big gyms. Like it's bound to get like that. A lot of funny stuff too. Just dudes laughing and clowning on each other too. But yeah, no, just the normal stuff. And
that's
just
cool. That's cool to hear that. Obviously, at a gym like that too, it's gonna get competitive sometimes, but at the end of the day, like it's all love. I'm sure you guys work that shit out. You know, it's nothing. It's nothing personal. You're just trying to get better, and especially at the level you guys compete at, you're gonna have people butt heads and get heated sometimes. It's part of the game. That's in any sport, though.
but
You
that's
know,
the thing too. Is like it's not like somebody else's fault. It's like yours. Like yeah, obviously if somebody's going hard, right, or trying to knock you out, like okay, if they hit you, like it's like okay, or they cracked you, like that's your fault for not having your guard up. Like okay, they just reminded you and helped you so you can be better, so that you can go win your fight. It's like you know, so
that's awesome. I love that you have that mentality too, because I'd rather get sparked in a gym session, get wobbled there than on ESPN or in front of an arena of 18,000 people. So I love that you have that perspective on it,
um,
because that's how
yeah.
I would probably view it if I was in your position. So I love that you do that. But Kyler, I did a little bit of research on you, man, and correct me if I'm wrong here. I think you looked, saw what I had to say about it. But I think I saw somewhere where you're into music, you're into art a little bit. You had a past in surfing. I guess, since you've just been doing MMA for so long, how are those things outside of the octagon kind of help keep you balanced in the world and like have other hobbies that you enjoy to do to relieve from fighting?
uh you know, it's starting out with like jujitsu, and then yeah, playing piano for a long time, writing music and stuff. I started DJing a little bit, but I gave my set to my little brother.
Oh,
Um,
that's
just
awesome.
trade. It's all just trades, right? Like you played soccer, all these things. Like it's just learning like skills, right? You learn the skills, and the better you get at those skills, you get to like make decisions in those moments where you naturally, by habit, uh, do something, and that's what people do. And like the better you get at these skills, and the more repetition you get, the better. So that's why it's cool. Like you don't have to just be. People are gifted in certain things, but like you can learn this, you can learn that, you can learn these different traits, and like the common theme you see is just like you get better at something the more times you do it, and picking up different hobbies and stuff over the years has like just kept things like fun too. You know, picking up something new is just it keeps things light, and like it's not always like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, fight it, and you know, like it's like, okay, how do I perfect this jab? How do I get my kick to be quicker? Like, okay, how do I land this combo this way? How do I make it so he doesn't see this shot? How do I get in this position in the fight where, you know, I'm down and I come up? Like those learning those type of things and learning those skills, getting better at those skills, and then practicing them over and over again until that happens in the cage and you make those decisions and you're like, oh, okay, I practiced, I got better. It's just simple as that.
That's awesome. I love that you have so many other hobbies, outside of there. out of the three that I mentioned with the art, music, and surfing, was there any of the three that you liked more than the other?
I mean, I love music over. I like all types of music, but there's a lot of different. I think I always talk about this, but like music is like the same thing. Like you got like your left hand, it's like your bass, your right hand's your treble. It's like you got your feet. Your bass is like your footwork, and your it's like your treble, and then the metronome's like you got like a jump rope, and it's like just timing. So the more times you do that, you get good at it, and like that is what art is, and then you can express yourself freely based off of the basics and the basics of like mathematics and science and art. I mean, yeah.
That's so neat. And I like that you just made that reference right there too, because like, if you walk up to somebody on the street and you're like, hey man, I think piano and MMA, like they have a pretty good correlation here. A lot of people look at you and be like, what the hell are you talking about, man? They're like, there's no way. But it's like you just said, like with the whole
Really?
jump thing and like even tapping the keys at the same time, it's the same, it's sort of the same movement. So that's really cool. Like that's something I've never personally thought of. My family's got a huge history of playing the piano. I personally have not, so I can't sit here and act like I'm not going to be fake in front of you guys.
I don't
You
even
guys,
really,
we're not
yeah.
fake. We're not a fake podcast guy. We're gonna keep it real, but to see that, like my little sister, she played piano a lot. That is cool. That now I can see that direct correlation of having the hand-eye coordination there. Being able to put stuff on beat. That's the same way of like kind of throwing a combo. Like you have to play certain keys to get into the next part of the song. Same
Yeah,
way,
like
same way of a combo.
half a second, quarter second, or like a full second. That's kind of like a flicker jab versus like a boom 1-2. Like yeah, like heavier shots. But you see this in anything. Like I can sit here and talk about. I can sit on the couch and talk about how I see it in life. And it's life. It's so everything's kind of stems from the same area, right? So
Mhm.
like, but I can sit here and talk about it and understand it. But like, the only way to like really understand it is like pick it up and do it again, and
Yeah,
pick it up again. Like,
good man. That's awesome. I love to hear that. And I appreciate the insight on that too, because I feel like not a lot of people would have that type of perspective to be able to say something like that and like actually make it make sense. But that makes like 100% sense. So I appreciate that. But
like you could sit here and there could be like some sort of you're gonna have to like obviously like I want to have good performances, right? I want to have the perfect performance, make it perfect, and all this and that, and like try to put all my energy into this, like definitely that. But it's like you're not gonna like just sit here and try to. I have to have my podcast this way and this and that in order for this. No, like the more you do it, you see all these people, the schmo, you see all these other people with their podcast. They just they do it when they don't feel like doing it. They just practice it over, and then you get another one, and then another one, and then you look back and you're like, okay, you get better. I would keep saying the same thing over and over again, but it's like,
oh, it's true though. It's true. Like
yeah,
Kyler, I mean, you guys watching this, my loyal fans that do watch these podcasts, like Kyler's exactly right. 2 weeks ago, we were still doing these podcasts on Zoom. Look at the setup now. Look at the setup now. We got a ticket going across the bottom. It's Kyler's on Instagram now. We have a beautiful setup of the logo color now. It looks so much nicer.
but
So like
you're putting in the work. You're doing what it takes. You're doing the application of it. There's so many people now just sitting there. Oh, you gotta do this or that. They know everything, but it's like it's the people who actually do it that's just like, oh, okay,
yeah,
And the more you do it, you're just gonna get better at it.
yeah, I 100% agree with that. I'm learning every day and still trying to put together stuff to make reels, interviews better. But I think my biggest thing here is what I'm about to show you now, Kyler. I never let fighters come on here and we're gonna have boring conversations. We gotta talk about some fun shit that's maybe not necessarily directly related
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you fighting world. Every single time fighters come on here, they talk to somebody in media. I want them to have fun whenever they come. When Max hits them up, they got to have fun whenever they come on here for a Hawk Talk, because we're not going to be one of those boring ass reporters that's at the press conferences. My God, those guys are terrible. But now, my first fun question I got for you, Kyler, is would you rather take a leg kick from Jose Aldo, or would you rather spar with Francis Ngannou for an hour for 7 days in a row?
I mean, that also depends. Like, okay, I don't want to be too like, oh, metaphorically speaking, but yeah, I'd definitely take a leg kick from Aldo.
Yeah. Okay,
For
I meant to
sure.
say 7 leg kicks because that'd be equivalent to, I guess, sparring Francis for 7 days. So you
He's
have to do
trying to
7
knock me
Aldo
out.
leg kicks, or you have to take a kick from Aldo every day, or you have to spar
Because if
Francis
Francis
for an
is
hour.
trying to knock me out, I'd rather take 10 leg kicks from Aldo every day than spar Francis for 7 days. That's crazy.
Okay. I'm also on your side on that. I mean, that would hurt like shit. Probably couldn't walk. I'd probably be in a wheelchair because I'm not like you, brother. I can't check. I guess if you're just sitting there, you're gonna get hit anyways. You can't check the kick, I guess, for these circumstances. But I'm gonna be in a wheelchair because I'm soft. So I'm probably gonna side with you on that, though. I personally don't want to spar Francis Ngannou for an hour for a
Yeah.
week. So I'm also on your side on that. So that was
Yeah.
my first one question I had for you there, Kyler. But my next one will be. Um, you have a UFC platform, well-known guy. Is there a brand that you would like to collab with that you haven't, really gotten in negotiations with before, or a favorite brand that you like to wear?
Dude, honestly, bro, like I need to start getting into that stuff because I need to like work on my social media more, just making more content, and then collab with somebody. I'm open for whatever. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, streetwear, clothing, athletic wear, anything. So
That's cool. Do you have any brands in particular? Like I wear like a lot of Nike stuff. It's
I
like if
seen
it
you
was,
had a happy dad hat. I was like, oh hell
yeah,
yeah.
I got the Happy Dad hat. Oh, wait, hold on,
Oh,
hold on. There we go.
let's go.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Is
Hey,
Happy Dad somebody you'd be interested in? Because obviously, like, I mean, your teammate Sean is with these guys too. Like, they're a big part of Nelk, or whatever. So,
yeah, me
Happy
too.
Dad,
I mean,
get into?
it's cool because like the real fans know like I'm OG, but like people that don't understand or they don't jump, they're like, oh, this guy's like 20,000 followers, like it's just like a normal guy. So I just need to like up my social a little bit or just get more content and stuff without making it seem too crazy.
Okay.
Because that's
Well,
just the culture now, and so I'm like, okay, I need to definitely
it
start
is,
getting.
man. We could definitely, off camera on here, I'm not going to bullshit with you guys, since we're doing the pod right now. But, off camera, Kyler, if you need help doing that, brother, I got some stuff I could probably suggest.
Dude,
So,
honestly, bro, yeah,
like I could definitely help you out a little bit. I'm not
yeah,
like crazy with it, but
just,
myself and I know a few people, so
yeah,
we could put some stuff together there. I've got some good ideas brewing already. But Kyler, I have gotten to what I call the final bell. It's 5 rapid fire questions, and you have to choose whether you like this thing more or this thing more. So
all
we
right,
got 5 rapid fire ones. What's your dream surfing spot? I guess this one's not this or that, but it's still a rapid fire question.
probably Hawaii.
Hawaii, hell yeah.
I haven't really surfed
Been there?
like high
Have you
school.
ever been there?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Love that. My girlfriend, if she was right here beside me, she'd be going crazy right now because I'm probably gonna get killed by her if we don't go there for our honeymoon one day. She wants to go to Hawaii so bad, bro.
Yeah, gotta
Well,
go.
but an answer from you. I think that's any.
The food's bomb too. It's so easy to get fat out there.
Oh my god. Yeah, I probably need to stay the hell away from Hawaii then, dude. Oh my.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, nice.
Maybe I'll just wake up in the morning and go for like a 1 hour run. So then that'll give us like a decent spot for the day. Maybe. We'll see what happens there. I guess my next one for you would be though, California or Arizona.
Arizona,
Okay. All right.
all
I
the
knew that'd be a tough one for you.
all the way.
But you picked Arizona quickly though, so I'll give you that. Who besides yourself? Because I know that you're a funny guy, but besides yourself, what teammate at the MMA Lab is the funniest?
I mean, honestly, I I have to give it to Marcus, bro, because not because he's just the funniest guy, but like just from having like those personal interactions with him on fight week and him like I don't know if you've ever seen the video of him where he's like, "Give me the McGregor's." Have you seen that video?
I don't think I
It was my
have. You might
first.
have to send me. You might have
It
to
was
send
my
me.
first UFC fight, and like I was like, "Hey," and I knew Marcus as my teammate, but I was like, "Hey," I didn't know who to bring. Like my corner, I'm like, "Hey, you want to come?" And something. He's like, "Oh, I would love to, bro." And I was like, "That's when it started," And that was my first fight in Virginia, and what's it called? Yeah, and then he was just fucking hilarious, bro. Like we went down there and he had like his bag. He had his UFC bag as a cornerman, and they had like the McGregor shoes, right? Those orange Reebok,
Yes.
whatever they were called. And I got them, and he was all hood back then. He like not that he was all hood, but he's pretty hood, and he had like the do rag on. He's just like he's got like his underwear, just like he's like I'm from the South Side, homie. He's like
Oh,
so he's like, "Where's my McGregor's at?" He's like, "Oh hell no, we're gonna go back down there." And so like I just kept recording. It was kind of a spoof video, but like I would record, and he went up to them and said, "What? I don't get the McGregors." And they're like, "Nah, for fighters only." He's like, "What?" This shit, like, and he just and then I interviewed him. I got like the UFC background, and then like had him. I interviewed him, and like it was just I don't know, just stupid stuff like that. And every time it was fight week, he just like just messing around like. And oh god, he's just got good energy. And like it's jacked.
that is so funny.
He's got
That
those
is so
eyes
funny.
too. He's got those green eyes. He's just like looking at people like they don't know he's crazy or I don't know. But there's a lot of other people too, just seeing the interactions and stuff. But.
That's hilarious, bro. I bet the guys were shitting down their leg whenever they told them that he wasn't getting them shoes. I bet you could smell probably the shit running down their leg from that. That's hilarious.
There was my boy Abdul. He just won the Fury Fighting Championship belt. Abdul Kamara. But one time it was actually funny. He was sparring and like his pants kept coming down, right? Like his pants were just sagging. You could like see his ass. It was just his underwear. He had like white underwear, but like he was like in like a heated sparring with somebody, like all focused, and like he was just going at. He was like. And like his pants kept falling down, and then like it was like on video, and he wouldn't pull his pants, and it was just funny because he was so like this, and like we were just sitting there laughing. Like,
and he's sitting there with his white underwear showing and his ass is showing. That's hilarious. Yeah. So he just like after like every combination or every exchange, you used to like having like pull his pants up real quick or something like that.
No, it's like stupid. It's like the same thing when you see a jiu-jitsu competition where like somebody's going for a berimbolo and it's like all serious and they got Brazilian people and it's like oh blah blah like yelling and everybody's all like and this dude's like literally doing berimbolo, pulling his pants down and the guy's ass crack showing and the refs on the other side and you're just like everybody's all serious and you're just looking at this guy's ass is fully out, bro. Like and you're just like literally his ass crack and you're just like laughing. I don't know. I just think that's hilarious.
That's one of those things where I'm glad that like you have the personality where even if it is serious like that, like that's something you have to laugh at. I'm one of those guys too. Like I take everything light in life.
Yeah, bro.
It's hilarious, bro. Like if somebody's ass is just out there fighting them, like I can't take that shit serious, man.
Yeah, like, we're in a competition and you're next, like that's happening. Like we're looking at each other and we're gonna start laughing. Like we're not gonna be like, oh shit, go ahead. Like,
yeah. No, you gotta sit there and laugh at that. I love that though. Like I'd be picking Marcus too if I knew that background and that type of shit's going on behind the scenes. That's hilarious.
There's a lot of funny people, right? And also too, not just there's funny people that are comedians, but there's also like a lot of like interactions with different types of personalities of like that it's just funny. Like sometimes it's people that like don't like being picked on or other people being a little bit bullying a little bit, but not just enough where it's like it's kind of funny. Like that's always cool, like people that got thick skin. It's cool to hang around people with like, gosh, it's like when people can't like take a joke, it's like
it's the worst.
It's actually funnier. It's funnier because they can't take the joke and they get pissed off and they're sitting there laughing.
That is true. That is true. If they try to kill the vibe, though, that's the worst for me. But I do agree with you. If you could just keep building on it and they're just getting more butthurt, that's the type of people I like to be around because it is funny to fuck with them. So
dude, there's people that are like sometimes, especially with like their first time in like gyms, like sparring or stuff. Like it's like it's just like serious and like, and you're just like, bro, what the fuck, dude? People take themselves seriously. Like, all right, we're here to get better, bro. Like, all right,
like chill out with the whole like.
No, I mean that's cool. Anybody can do whatever the fuck they want, but it's like. It's funny to see when people are like, you could tell, like they're just like trying so hard. They're just like flexing their face, and it's like, what? As soon as they get home, they're like, oh, like they get tired.
Like they can finally let their fucking face breathe or like relax. Yeah. Oh my god, I bet their muscles, their cheek muscles are insane. by the
Yeah.
time I get home. Like that shit has to hurt.
Pads out there with you know,
Oh yeah, the Rizzler guy. Yeah, yeah.
with the eyebrow with the, yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome though. I love that answer. I'm glad that you're able to elaborate on that and give us a little bit of insight of you and Marcus's conversations you guys have. So that's hilarious there. But my next one, Kyler, is do you have a favorite movie of all time? I know you said you watch a lot of shows. Do you have a favorite movie of all time?
I mean, I would say like The Matrix, Fight Club. Those are good movies. Those other Ryan Diaz was Gladiator. He likes that movie. I like that one too. The first one, second one was pretty cool. But I honestly, I like The Sopranos. Dexter's
Okay.
pretty. I know there's the new Dexter. Um, but yeah, no, yeah. I guess I'd have to
Okay.
think. But yeah, definitely.
Little top five.
The first Matrix was pretty badass. The first one.
That is,
I don't know
yeah.
about that last one, but the first one, yeah.
Especially with you, I mean that's literally your nickname. So like I feel like you kind of have to go with that, and it's a good movie, like you said. So that's I love that answer from you. That's a good answer there. My last one though is Kyler. Is there any hidden talents you have that we have like not mentioned that's outside of like the octagon? Like people would be surprised to know this about you.
No, I've been gaming, playing games.
That's
So.
right. That's right. You're getting into video games now.
Yeah. I actually streamed this morning a little bit on Kick, and I was like trying to figure out how to like get OBS to work, and I was like, "Fuck, shit!" It was sitting there, but I got it to work.
There we go.
Playing some
There we go.
GTA. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you could. That's awesome. I love that you're streaming. That could be a great thing to do on the side. Maybe even financially too. Maybe you can get monetized for that. I know.
Consistent. I'd have to just be consistent with it and like have to do it for that takes time. But yeah,
that's
since I
dope.
already play games, I should definitely do that.
That's dope. That's definitely a hidden talent right there too, to be able to not only play video games but still entertain a stream at the same time. So that's a great answer there. But Kyler, unfortunately, I've gotten to my final question for you. It's been an awesome interview, man. I really appreciate all the insight and everything you've had. But I ask every single fighter this that comes on the channel this for my final question. What's the final message you have to the fans watching this interview to continue to watch your journey inside the octagon? Obviously, you said that you were going to be in there later this year, hopefully. So, what's the final message you got to the fans?
Dude, we're gonna
go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kyler's not fucking around. And, we'll definitely, Kyler, you obviously have an open slot anytime to come on here, man. Whenever you have your next fight booked, I'd absolutely love to get you back on here to preview that, talk about that a little bit. But I appreciate your time today. Not only taking time out of your day, but taking time out of a weekend day too, on a holiday weekend, guys. So Kyler's been kind enough to join us. Thank you so much for everything, brother. I really appreciate it. And can't wait to watch you later this year inside the octagon. I know there's some big things ahead for you, brother. So thank you so much.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, dog.